Joe.
I'm Bees.
And this is Comeback Creations.
What just happened?
We're loud now.
Yes, we are.
Hello, we're live and we're loud.
Look, we're like a height difference. Do, 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 do.
Someone's got some really good cell phone reception today.
Yes, entirely.
So, welcome back to the show and our Beyond Epic season.
Oh my God! Here we
Hope
go.
everybody caught up with the first show. But in case you didn't, here's what's going on this season. We are making a dragon ogre, kind of like a centaur, but half ogre, half dragon, with 6 legs. Now, I'm gonna pause here for just a minute. I'm gonna pause here for just a minute. I know there may be some Warhammer folks out there that say, hey, wait a minute, dragon ogres have 4 legs. But I assure you that that is only the current art. That way back a couple of iterations ago, there were 6 legs, and even if there weren't, it's a creature of chaos, and we are making 6 legs, darn it!
Because we are absolute chaos. Welcome to Combat Creations.
Yes.
Welcome to our chaos. Oh, and look at you guys with floating heads.
I'm noticing that too.
6 legs! But then we have to share those legs amongst the crew because they're nothing but heads. So, yeah, 6 legs. All of the legs will be working. We hope.
We hope. We hope.
And we're aiming to be able to have a passenger ride on this costume. Because we don't do normal stuff.
No.
We do
Okay.
somewhere to the far side of not normal.
Everything.
But I like Farside.
If you guys
So-
don't know who we are, we're Combat Creations, where we take everyday household items and we basically turn them into something more. This season, we're going for a little bit more of an epic scenario.
Beyond epic.
We are fulfilling
The
Chris's
tagline,
dream
man.
here to making this creation. And Chris, what do we got so far?
So, last show we went over our whole plan. We sketched things out.
Yep.
We said, this looks great on paper.
Oh,
It's-
yes.
Time to do it in real.
Yeah,
dear.
and we got as far as making a frame. So the long and short of it is the creature is going to have all of its legs. My legs will puppet the front legs, but not be the front legs. So it will be its own. It will be able to stand on its own and do its own thing.
Yes.
Which is where we can not worry so much about weight. Lots of other centaur outfits they have to worry about using PVC and things like that, which is fine. But in order to do what we want to do, we need to not worry about weight. and so we designed our frame out of 2x4. We've
Not
got
4x2.
some extra pieces along in here that I'm not going to turn it up or everything will fall over, where we're going to have some of our legs attached for the tops of the legs. And today we're making essentially the ball socket at the top of your leg.
Yes.
And since we're not doing that out of a ball, because it's just hard.
Who needs a ball?
I've looked at Teflon spheres that would be the right size to do something like this, and they're crazy expensive.
expensive,
It's
yeah.
possible,
It
but
is
they're
possible.
they're like $40, $50 a sphere.
No
don't wanna
thanks.
go
For
with
6 legs, even for 4 legs, we don't want to do that.
That's $300 worth of
But-
leg.
What we do want to do is we want to make sure that we have the ability to make the same motion. And so what we're going to do with that, the whole XYZ plane, is we're doing that in 3 different motions all put together. So at the base of our motion on our frame, we have the X plane, which is these Lazy Susan hardware, more for cabinets because it's the heavy duty stuff. Everybody spin your little thing. Yeah,
The best part
now
is that they can hold up to what? 200 pounds?
they can take it to up to 200 pounds a piece, and since we're using 6 of them spread across this thing, that gives us plenty of weight distribution.
Yes.
Now the next piece is we've got to build on top of that a 2-way hinge system similar to how puppeteers do puppet eyeballs. So basically we'll have a hinge that works one way and a hinge on top of it that works the other way, and these two things combined will give us enough
I feel like we're learning choreography up here. The comeback.
I was just voguing. I mean, that's just me.
What just happened?
There's
Don't
nothing
ask.
wrong
Don't
with
ask.
jazz hands.
Yeah.
All right. So today we're going to build this these hinge systems that will allow the full range of motion on the legs themselves, or on the upper part of the legs themselves. Now, in order to do that, I had a little bit of a prep I'm going to go through here that we did off camera.
You had a lot of prep.
I don't think this is a little bit. I think this is a lot.
It's like 2 hours. All right. So there's a little bit of prep that we did beforehand that we did off camera. I'm going to bring you up to speed on. So first off, we need bases not only to go on top of the, here, let's move the PVC.
I'll take that.
We need a base structure to go on top of our little spinny deal and make our first hinge. We'll need a base to make our second hinge and a top for the actual leg to base off of. These I just cut out of pine. It's okay that we're still going to have the pressure on them, but it'll be up, down, vertical pressure on them. I think the pine will be just fine for what we're doing.
Okay.
On top of that, I cut out some of these shapes that are similar. I'll put it in front of the people wearing black so you can see it. Look, it's like we planned.
I see you.
Jeff,
Invisible.
if I put it in front of your shirt so people can see it, don't put your head behind.
Welcome to Comeback Creations.
This is... All right, did I mention chaos? So, these little shapes look kind of like napkin holder sort of thing with the hole off center and up at the top. This is going to be where we build our little hinges on, which is why they're roundy on top. I obviously didn't do a whole lot of, other than just a little bit of sketching out with the roundy part. So far, I'm not real worried about it. I think it'll still be fine. If we need to sand it down a little bit, we can. Yeah. These I made out of oak.
Oak.
Spent a little more on them, but even a little more, it was like a 6-foot board was like $5, $8, something like that. Yep. Not prohibitively expensive. But the reason I did it out of oak is that while their base is going to be on the pine and plenty strong, we're going to have a piece right here that's taking a lot of pressure. And so we wanted to make sure that we had something that was strong enough. Now, last time Joe had mentioned that we might want to even add some strapping to that. And we may want to do that, but for the moment, while we're creating these, we're going to go ahead and build it out. And if we do add strapping, we'll add strapping over and around the pine as well so that it's nice and strong. Now, in the middle of these, we got some dowels. Now, we were looking at some different types of dowels. I was thinking about maybe a metal dowel because of the weight in there. Instead, I went with oak as well. Okay. I went with a wooden dowel because it was a lot easier to cut. It was a lot cheaper. I could get a whole bunch of them. It's also a larger diameter for the price than a metal one would be. And that comes into play with our hinging bit here in just a minute. So this fits right between, thus creating one of our pieces. And we'll do another similar one here with it the other direction. The next piece is that I got some PVC. Now, PVC pipe is just a little bit bigger than the dowels themselves. So we're actually going to start trimming that because I don't have that cut just yet. But it'll go right here and attach underneath the next piece up so that it will provide the pivoting point. Now, PVC does a couple of things for us. One, it's real cheap and easy to use because I'm cheap.
Oh, yeah.
But number two is because it's plastic, it's going to provide enough of a smooth surface, even though we'll have a couple of screws in there, so we shouldn't have to worry about it binding up. And we can stretch it to the entire length of the piece so that we get a larger surface area in order to be able to use.
So we're looking about 2 inches cutting for the PC.
And then about that. It'll be whatever that size is. And then we're going to have a little... Then we're going to have a little spacer in there under the PVC and then the next one up.
Okay.
Right? So what we're going to do here, that's all of the prep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It was a lot of prep.
It was some crazy. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with one of them. And as we build out one of these base ones, we'll hand the first one over to Jeff. And here's Here's a fun time on Combat Creations for those who like to watch Jeff burn himself on the hot glue gun.
Thanks for
We're
reminding me,
not going
Chris.
to use the hot glue gun today. Today, we're giving Jeff a saw. Now, in order to not make mess in the studio, over into the side, we put a plastic bin down on the ground. Stop it. That way, as Jeff cuts things, like the PVC fingers, we've got it all contained in one area.
Yes.
And have a whole lot less mess, and Lance is a lot happier with
I'm
us.
gonna need your assistance, Bees, on this one.
Okay.
All right, so let me hand you that. Before we start measuring that out, let's make at least one of these suckers.
Let's make one. Let's make one.
Right.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh boy.
We've got a plan.
It's stout.
Start.
I'm gonna hand you the
So,
pipe, though.
thank you.
Here you go.
So we just want everyone to know, if you are under the age of 18, please, even older, have parental supervision when working with tools, saws, hot glue guns.
So edge.
So,
The amount of times I've burned my hand.
do you think it'll matter with grain against grain?
I would definitely.
So what we need to do is, we need to probably figure out how big that is, and then I say we actually mark it.
Problem is if you
Can we go
put
ahead
it
and
right,
grab
if
the
you put it right here,
Yep.
you'll
likely
split
split
it.
it.
But
All
if you
right,
do
so
that way, you'd be less
really
likely to
hard, so
split
we're
it.
gonna
But
need
you
to
probably
get
need to run pilot holes regardless. So,
Yeah, oh,
Probably
definitely
hold it
pilot
down.
holes.
Yeah.
All right, so we're
While
gonna
I
go.
saw-
Do we have a marker?
Difficult.
Yes, in the bin.
got
Hey,
it.
In the bin. Bin.
Can somebody hand us a marker?
Yeah, here you go.
Whee!
Marker!
So
So we're gonna make pilot holes, and what we've decided is to go. The direction of the grain is where we're gonna put our pilot holes up in, so we're not likely to damage it at the edge. Actually, once you've marked
two
that,
of those?
let's show it on the camera over
yeah,
here.
yeah, no, we're kind of like blocked out, aren't we?
Yeah, so let's on this camera we might be able to see, so you can see where the grain is and where we're marked. That's where we're going to put it. So we're putting it with that line of the grain for added strength.
Okay.
Now, should I put pilot holes in and then let me do that. Let me put pilot holes
let's
in
put the pilot holes in.
on this first.
In.
What's that?
Done.
Let's go over to this camera over here so we can kind of see what they're doing.
So,
And then, all right, that works. Multiple hands here. We'll put it on a surface.
Which is the width of this one? The knobby.
Right there.
All right, do we want to go ahead and do the other side as well at the same time?
Let's do the other side.
Well, let's
Yeah.
double check with that.
So we'll mark this one.
The workshop
but
master
we'll-
first before we move
Hold on. It was.
Oh, hello.
It was
I'm ready.
this one. I want to make sure line. Oh, that puts it over there. I wanted to make sure and line up the holes. All right. So where's the marker? All right. Neat trick here. Blink.
All right.
We'll put a line off center. We'll put a line off center so we know where to line it back up.
Okay.
Chris!
You haven't even started yet.
I'm gonna try to eye line this up.
So kind of looking at this, just as a rough draft, this is going to be what we're looking at. So
Yes. So you go. Yeah. If you
go
want to
ahead
use
and mark
that,
it down.
Go
How
for
many
it.
of these do we need?
We need 2 per leg.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
You can count.
hard. We have to go with. Yes, 12.
All right, so we're going to need 12 of these. So if we go ahead and get the camera over here, we can show you guys what we're going to be doing while they work on their. So here, you may hold.
All right, I made a little mark.
Mark it.
Okay.
We go ahead and get the camera on the PC pipe. There we are. All right, let's bring this right there. So you can see that right here. There's about roughly. These are what, roughly about 2 inches.
Probably.
Yeah,
So
it
let's
sounds
make
like
sure
a
these go all the way
plan.
through. So
The
'cause
plan.
we just need these to basically rock back and forth. How that is.
Right.
So we're looking at that.
Get these things off
So,
here.
right.
Wobble, wobble.
There we go. Let's mark one more, and we'll kind of go from there, because then we can just put them right on against each other like that. All right. So Bees has just now marked it. So what we're hoping is that this right here is going to be cutting through. So, all right, shall we start cutting? Ooh, this is going to be a little difficult because we got this.
Ooh, that oak is some stuff.
Oh yeah, no, and that's the reason
All right. So Bees, if you want to go ahead and hold it with both hands.
No.
I'm just gonna snort that right there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this isn't that bad.
This is not.
It's like we're breaking out of jail right now.
Careful of your fingers.
Doing good, Bees.
Your knuckles.
I have knuckles.
You're not going to in a minute.
One sec.
Uh,
Fine.
Look,
Good
I'm a
spacer.
weakling.
Spacer.
Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. This is so scary.
We're good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Let's go.
Close. Go. There you go.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead, since we got this this piece cut, let's go ahead and move this out. Because while they're doing that and setting them up, this is our demo to where we're kind of looking. And a rough draft.
Go one!
We got
all right.
1, 2.
It's a
Oh, that's perfect.
Yay.
So Chris, here's what it looks like.
most excellent.
So this actually does give enough room for it to go move back and forth.
Cool beans.
All right.
Beans are cool.
But are
So
beans cool?
we need 12
We
of
need
these.
12.
So let's go
Cool
ahead and move
enough.
this out. We're gonna put those over there.
I just
Yeah,
wanna
we'll
make-
smack it in.
I was like,
Don't put it in yet.
put
That
it
would
back
be
together.
completely easy.
Oh, no. I just-
All
I just
right,
wanted-
so you're gonna hit. So that's 1, 2 right here.
That's two.
I already regret my decision. There you go.
There.
That is how this show rolls.
I regret my decision. All right.
We regret decisions. Let's pick another one.
All right, let's make another
Four?
one. All right, cool.
5.
If you mark both of them, then
Six.
I'll drill 4 holes at once.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean,
7.
one at a time.
8.
8.
9. 10. 11.
12.
12.
I'm scared.
All right.
Math scares me.
We're just gonna, Chris, we're gonna give you these back over here.
Okay.
Here you go, sir. And then what we're gonna do is toss the ones right there. So do you wanna saw one?
Want me to
try.
start another one?
You can go. You can do it again.
It's a little scary
before we
because I
do
have the whole
production
leg right there.
run.
Okay.
Actually, let's move this a
let's
little
get
bit
one
more
whole
so
thing
it,
done. Okay, yeah.
there you go, like that. All right. So if you guys are tuning in, we're Combat Creations, to where we build things, and it's a lot of fun. We got 2 professional cosplayers with us today. We got Bees over here on my side, and we got Joe over there on Chris's side.
Woohoo!
Colony drop cosplay.
Yep, colony drop cosplay.
This whole table is gonna go.
I feel like the table will. So right when I get to the end, is right when it gets kind of scary because it starts to.
Because it's
Table.
Yep.
It's so loose, and I'm just like,
You're so loose.
Come on.
Oh.
your mom's voice.
You cut that at an angle.
It'll be okay.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and you know what? We're gonna keep one of these so we can kind of go back and forth and look.
Sure.
Should be okay. It is very difficult to kind of, especially with the table moving.
It's fine.
Yeah, as
Yeah, but-
long as it's still. So if you guys look over here on the PC, we have it to where we want we want the PC pipe. We want this to spin.
The
So when the
PC.
joints go on from here.
That's
He's talking about a computer over there, and I'm kind of afraid.
Well, let me tell you about my personal computer. I don't own one. All right.
I'm sad about that. Okay.
I need one. I will get one soon. All right, here we go. Let's kind of turn it just a
what
little
happened
bit.
to that Raspberry Pi you got?
I actually gifted that to my dad.
Throw Linux
Oh, that was
on
nice of you.
Yeah, I threw a few programs on there for him, and he's been using it ever since. Yes. Joe! Hello!
Okay then.
All right.
Let's do this. The noises that are coming over this kind of creeping me out. All right.
There we go.
All right.
All right, cool.
Now,
Number 2.
So, as we get a couple of pieces of PVC, we need to make a couple of holes in them.
There's 3.
That's where I see if I've got, aha.
Every time just to make sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Is that,
I'm gonna stop
really?
playing around.
That's the, I guess that's the size. Woo!
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
real
Alright.
small. Some of them are a little slanted, but that's because the table moves, but they still move. So you want
I
to
was
Moving and
thinking of
grooving.
2 screws, but
moving and grooving.
maybe just one?
One.
We'll go with one.
Let's go with
Let
one.
it-
I'm trusting you, Chris.
Steph?
I really am.
I'm going real slow
All right.
There you go.
and still traveling.
Okay.
You got this?
This is really tiring. Can't get on
Let's
the
not
line.
do
All right,
that.
here we go.
Here.
Oh, I feel like
Let's
we're gonna
put the
lose
little one
No,
in.
let me do.
You got it? All right, so what we're doing over here with the PVC is we're putting a large hole through one side of it so that as we attach it with the screw, we can put the screw through that hole to where we actually want it to end up.
Okay, yeah,
We're never getting out of this prison alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as sharp as
imagine?
some of the ones I got.
That would be terrible.
Like you have the shackles around you. And you're just like
I'd pass out.
I would
Sorry.
too.
But you actually gave me a good point where I can put this in, and then we can.
Yeah, and I'll grab a
Alright,
second one. We'll do the.
there's this one.
I stole it!
Oh.
How dare you?
So we'll make pilot holes before we put in the big holes.
Always a good idea to do that. So, Chris, what are pilot holes?
Pilot holes are where the pilot goes.
For the viewers at home, Chris,
when you
what
get
do
on a
pilot
plane-
holes do for you?
When you get on a plane,
Pilot holes are people too.
What is wrong with you?
God, what happened? That went some.
Sophie, what do you think of this project so far?
It's a very interesting one.
All right,
Have you ever
back
seen
to
this
this.
done before?
No, I haven't.
That's why we were. That was scary. I thought I was gonna get my finger.
with the cutting going on over there, kind of shaking the table, that ups my difficulty level.
With you guys drilling over there, it makes the table shake over here, so it makes our cutting a difficulty level.
Not worried about your cutting.
You said you did say it was beyond epic.
It is.
It's okay.
Come on. Back it up. Forward we go.
See if we catch anything on fire this go around. Oh, it's the PC pipe that's like, smells like it's burning. Oh,
Well, it's metal
that's
against
warm.
plastic.
That's warm.
It's a.
That's really
Did
warm.
you just burn yourself?
No, I didn't burn myself. I just burnt myself. All right, here we go.
Well, let's see if we can get the head of a screw through there. Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
It's weird. So when I cut the saw, I was like,
Use that kind of deburr one.
Yeah, it's kind of. Let's see what we can do with this.
Well, let's put this much hole in that one.
Okay.
And I like your idea of holding it down with the.
Yes.
You know what would be great if we put the holes in before cutting them all apart.
Yeah, that would be. That's smart. We'll think about that next time, right?
I should go forward.
Always forward, never back.
Tobias, how long have you been cosplaying?
I think I went to my first convention with a costume right around, I want to say, 13 years ago.
Oh wow! And you do live action role plays.
Live action role play is
That's
a main one.
actually where I met you. Was at
Yeah.
Dystopia Rising here in Texas. That was
Yes.
a fun one. I'm really enjoying that. Joe, you're planning on coming to that at some point, right?
I have actually. I've actually come twice now.
Oh wow! I have not seen you because I was probably not there.
Oh no, I saw you once.
Oh, that's right. We did see each other. I know Chris through Traders Crossing.
Yeah, I like that one. All right, let's do this one.
Oh god, Chris, how
I'm
long
glad
ago
you
was
brought
that
that up.
when we used to do that? Because that's where I met Joe. How long ago was that? That was probably 12 years ago.
Something like that.
10 years ago?
105 years, give or
105
take
years.
some.
All right, that's a lot. All right, so.
All right, so we got that.
Oh.
Now we want.
All right.
All right,
We got holes.
So update on our PVC. when you do this sort of thing at home, it's probably best to put the holes in the PVC prior to cutting them all.
Do you want us to pause for a moment while you do that?
All right.
How exciting would that be?
All right.
So what we want
This
is
will be level phase by 3 points.
let's do the flat one first.
We like to be
So
very
it's gonna
difficult on here.
go here. So we're gonna have a spacer and then PVC, and we're gonna
Alright.
just straight through there.
Go.
So we'll want to mark out
Yeah, it's kind of. It's like let's mark
It gets shorter,
out.
then it gets longer.
where
it
we
gets
want this
shorter,
spacer.
Yep. It gets tighter. It gets thin. But it still spins.
Sounds really well.
Okay.
So this has been Chris's dream to do
Alright,
this for
so-
over 20 years.
Are we doing it
Wow.
this way or doing
That's a
it?
We've done
long.
research. We've looked at
That
it.
way.
We've seen centaurs. But we've never
I
seen
think this
anything
way.
like this.
I don't think it
So
needs to
we're
be
really
as
hoping that
deep.
we're
Okay.
So if we roll with that,
Okay. So you're gonna have to really
we're built- trying to
drill out
build
these
it.
holes a little bit.
I'm not seeing anything like
If
it.
anything,
Because if,
this does go
'cause
well,
this will
which
split.
The only thing I worry about is the weight, but we're hoping that when the legs get put on, that the weight will be able
To hold.
itself, yeah.
Yeah.
And potentially a passenger. So you have to, we'll put a frame in and other things like that. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But I think this is really cool. 6 legs,
Yeah.
and it's gonna
That's-
have.
All right.
I mean,
So
if
we need
go
to
back,
start
we actually see.
this into that,
So
so we
we
don't
get
have
the camera
to.
back over here.
No, you can't have it.
We're gonna take it.
All right, fine.
So if you guys kind of look over at this drawing right here, is that we have it to where this is where Chris is going to be right there.
I usually
And
just
the
start these things
secondary
off
leg is gonna
first.
be Right there,
That's fine.
and then
We got
third
fingers out of the
back
way.
leg.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get a
Find
close
out
up
in a
on the
moment.
drawing back over here. And then we have the tail.
Close it up.
The tail is going to be very interesting when we do that. So we
Maybe
have
I should have
Chris
drilled
right
a pilot
there
hole.
with his legs attached
Actually,
to the
that's-
front legs. And then we have it come back here with the middle legs, and then we have it come back over here in the back legs, and then there's going to be a long tail that's going to go all the way through. So this is a very interesting thing. On top of that, what we want to do is like how Chris is here.
Let's be
Want to have
safe.
it to
I don't
where we
wanna-
can
I don't
have at
wanna
least
kill
maybe
myself
one
or
or
hurt myself
possibly
or
2 people riding on,
That's kind of neat.
which is going to be
Very ambitious.
interesting if it does go through.
Actually,
Very
So
ambitious.
we'll see.
we were close.
All right, so let's go ahead. Let's move this just up a little bit.
Forward. All right. Now we're better off.
Yeah.
It's kind of a pain, isn't it?
It's a pain in the butt.
I'm glad you're doing it.
I've been in that shoe before.
Wait, you have? You've broken out of jail before? In shackles? And shit. Like, we kept thinking, it's like, this is how it is when they're back in the day.
Perfect.
So they're like trying to
Yeah.
go through the chain, you
I'll
know?
just have to deal with that later.
So much. This
Yeah,
spin
that's a
didn't
little-
really help.
A little bit of grinding, a little bit of
So much
hacksaw. That'll be
everywhere.
fine.
Now,
No.
so this one will go one direction. No, don't put that in yet.
I know.
And then we'll go that
So this
direction.
will have to
on
go
this.
90
direction.
degrees
You
there.
get so many directions.
Let's add another
And that one will still
spacer.
spin.
Oh, sorry. I'm just banging you with everything. I'm sorry.
That spins very well.
There comes Cheryl.
All right.
So let's do
You
the
got
exact
one,
same
two,
thing we
three.
did last
Got
time.
4
which
more.
is
4 more. Where we at?
Flip that
We're almost here.
around.
You want to try? I'll hold it for you.
Oh,
I'll hold it.
no.
I'll hold it for you. All right.
Look, it's got to be easy if Jeff still has all his fingers. He's cut like 3 of these.
He
so
almost
far.
cut his knuckles off.
I don't know what you're talking about, bees. Nope. All right. You ready?
Is he being epic? I think he is. I think he's absolutely being epic.
It's difficult. I am
It's
trying.
really not that difficult.
It's difficult.
It's not that difficult. Turn.
Turning.
Oh, God.
See? It's scary. So if you're home and
Yeah.
you're ever using power tools, we always recommend that you always have someone there, no matter what age you are, because things can happen. We're insured.
Somebody's going to say, why are there holes all in your frame? And I'm going to say,
Turn it back.
because you're looking under the covering of going over the frame.
It's also called
Is it-
wood
is
glue
it
and
slanted?
wood putty.
We're having fun over here.
Right, so
There it is. And it's
Come on.
it's this way.
Come on.
and I marked it like a good person. Like a good person.
It's like stuck. There we
All
go.
right, there we go.
Do
It's
it
only
off
slightly
so we
slanted,
don't
it's fine.
attach this to the-
Slightly slanted.
That's what happens when you get a bead
Stop
working.
being
No,
smart.
we're not going to be able to do that. It's still going to attach to the frame.
These work.
All right, fine.
It still
It
spins.
still spins. That's what really matters. Does it spin? Is it a bee?
Yeah, so
No.
this one's a lot more
Alright.
interesting.
Okay, you want me to do it?
I'll do one more.
One more. Okay, here we go.
Good.
All right.
Noise.
So let's try some.
How you doing, man?
No, we're about to test the first one.
All right. I just realized we're talking about bees. Bees. Black, yellow, bees.
Oh, no.
Black. Look, it's a bumblebee.
Buzz, buzz. Buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz.
You're-
So Joseph, that means you're the.
Oh, the
that
screw
means you're
needs
the
to go in
stinger.
just a little further.
Okay.
Oh no, we're the stinger because we're cutting the.
We're yeah.
trimming the stinger down. Or are they stinger because they have a drill? Just.
One of us is apparently the butt.
Are we the butt?
We're the butt.
The butt's
We're the
the
butt.
bee. Butts and bees and bees and butts and butts and butts and butts and butts and butts.
All right.
Can we hit the reset button on Jeff?
You know, many
Reset.
have tried and many cannot find it. Even my own mother. All right. So where did the thing go?
So what we may have to use is a little bit of
So this is going good. All right. So we
little bit
got.
of
Two more.
smack.
Oh, we have to do
Smacking
this
it
thing.
in.
So when I say switch, you say switch it too. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's see what
Switch.
Switch.
All right, now we switch.
Arr!
We just do that all
Arr!
first season.
That's how we used to do this show.
Yes. It was a lot of fun, and then we kept confusing ourselves
Oh, that's fair.
and running.
There we go.
out of time.
There we
Because we
go.
were rushing
That's
through.
what I wanted.
So what
Right
we would
there.
do, we would work on one project.
This is
Together.
nice and secure.
I would start.
I was
he
thinking
would
about
start.
running a
And then
screw
after
through
maybe,
the
like couple of minutes, like
the
2
dowel
minutes,
as well,
project?
we
but
would
I don't
switch,
even know that
and we
that's
would literally
maybe for
switch and
maybe
go
a
from
little bit
there.
of
For
Okay.
yeah, a little bit of
It
glue,
was a
but
lot of fun.
there you go.
Very
There's one.
confusing.
We're careful.
Rushed through a lot of things. Oh.
All right, let's go for number 2. Let's go
Something
for number
happened.
2.
How's it look? Oh!
This one needs probably go in a little bit more, like you
yeah,
did.
that screw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I'll hold the whole. I'll hold the
That's
whole
just-
unit.
All right,
We got
we're
two
almost
more.
there. 2 more.
Ready?
Just try it in there.
Yeah. It's almost.
Watch your knuckles.
It's almost like you planned it that way.
Yeah, I'm having one of those moments. So I watch a lot of Tested and see Adam Savage doing some stuff, and there are points when something works out, whether you watch a Tested or Mythbusters, that sort of thing, where he is just ecstatic and has to take a minute, and I'm about to have to take a minute.
This is this guy's dream literally coming true.
You know what?
Amazing.
Beyond that,
Yes.
this is theoretical engineering that's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing.
I'm just hoping the weight all holds.
Oh!
All right, that.
So you will need to glue right
Maybe we'll
here
just give Chris a round of
because
applause
it
for
does that.
Okay.
But
The PVC wanted to clap too.
And when it
Yes.
hops on one of these,
All right, here
One
we go.
more.
One more.
careful. Look at that. Look at
All
that.
right, here we go.
It's actually really fluid too. I'm really impressed.
Go.
Oh,
yes!
Go.
Ah!
You did
Okay,
really
we're
good.
done.
Yay!
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's brilliant.
All right, Chris, we got done with all the PC pipes.
So did he.
Yay!
That is so.
I'm gonna twirl it around
genius.
like a little tower. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that
Sorry.
is
Oh,
so neat.
yes! All right.
That's
so,
awesome.
So the way we're going to attach the base of the hinge to our swivel plate here is actually off screen between shows. I'm going to throw some epoxy in there. We were going to bolt it down. It's just going to be better with epoxy all around. We did notice that our plate kind of swivels a little bit here. So when I'm epoxying all of those, I will epoxy our spacer to the PVC, which
That's
is
very smart.
to stop it from moving. And then from there, the lower leg will come up. Now this is a large joint, and it would have been nice to make it even smaller, but for the amount of motion that we get, I think we have to have it this large. And I'm not going to do a lot of running with this thing. So, oh, yeah, this works.
That is awesome.
All right. Hold on, the season's not over. This thing isn't up yet. So,
That's good.
next step is
Small
we need
victories.
we need 5 more of these, and so yeah.
let's put that one over
So this is where we kind of do
this over
production run a little bit.
Look at that.
But we have one drill.
So cool.
Yeah.
So let's start with. Well, let's do this. Let's have. I'm gonna have you guys mark out some stuff, and then we'll start putting in pilot holes and screwing down the base part of the hinges here, and we'll go from there.
All right.
So here's my ask. Take one of these plates.
All right.
Right, with the grain running across.
Okay.
Put it up here, and take 2 of these, one on each side. When you put it there, mark out the edges and put an off-center mark across the back. That way we can line them up over here.
Got it.
And then do the same on the other side. And then
I make little care packages. Care package.
and then we'll take that and we'll start putting holes in it.
I'll set it up and you want to mark them.
So I need spacers.
This is black marker. Go.
Make sure it's
Get rid of these things. We don't need
All
these
right,
things.
so first let me flip it over to do these so we'll match up the lines.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Some of these are a little weird.
All
with
right,
the wood.
so that should
Okay.
still match up with the one that you had.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Line it up. All right.
Ready?
Good. Yeah, we're good.
So, Bees, what kind of outfits have you cosplayed as before?
well. My first cosplay was a apocalyptic Alice in Wonderland.
Apocalyptic
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in
I think
Wonderland.
I've seen something like that.
That is
That's
fascinating.
awesome.
That was like 13 years ago too.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys, give me just 1 second. I'm gonna come over here. We're gonna grab these and we're gonna
Here's
start
an-
marking these for you.
Here's another care package.
Here we go. Thank you
Care
for the
package.
And we can go over here.
And then all the wooden blocks.
Yeah, so there will be there are more blocks because there's a top one that doesn't get
Yeah.
Got it.
on each
There
leg.
you go.
Thank you. Don't forget across. Nope. There you go.
There we are. I think mine was a.
Yeah.
Let's see. My first cosplay was a steampunk sky pirate.
Steampunk.
Steampunk
I think I actually
sky
remember
pirate.
that one too.
You did see me. We were at was it IkiCon?
Yeah, I think
It was
so. Yeah.
IkiCon, yeah, when it was at the really small hotel before it got really big.
Yeah.
Here in Austin. Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
I miss those days.
I work delivering pizzas a few nights a week, and Halloween is the biggest pizza night of the year, but we're allowed to dress up. And so I'm trying to get everyone in the store to get Pizza Planet shirts and turn it into Pizza Planet for the night.
Oh God!
That would be amazing.
If
Alright, we're
I
gonna put that
knew you guys
there.
were dressing up, I would order pizza just so
Just so I could see it.
I could see you guys
So
come
right?
by.
Yeah.
It's gotta be
You
right.
guys have to have like a little nibbler.
Well, I still haven't.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just making sure. I want to make sure I'm getting the right side.
So if you guys are just tuning in, we're Comeback Creations, to where we take everyday household items and other little unique
if you guys
stuff.
are just tuning in, back it up a few minutes until my idea worked.
Yes, because it's amazing on this whole entire. It's just. If we can go ahead and
It's
zoom
brilliant.
in on this piece over here.
Can you redo it?
So
Yeah, we're gonna
this
redo
is
it.
the joint
Ready?
that we're literally. I mean, just look how that is. This is that way, that way. It's fascinating. I can't.
Go.
This is so
It's
cool.
really good. It's really good.
Genius. This is legit genius. All right. But yeah, no, we're basically starting a project Chris has been dreaming of for how many years? Over 20 years or something like that?
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend, and literally it's been like 20 years since you've had this dream.
It's insane.
Somebody was asking me what we were constructing, and I told him, and he's like, "Oh, he's been thinking about it for like 20-something years."
And now we're actually building it.
I'm done with the markings.
I as well. We are done marking, sir.
It's on the cable.
Oh, sorry.
It's Kepler pens.
I don't know them. There's mine.
Yeah.
How do you get flipped over? Stupid spacer. All right. Let's do it. All right.
We're rolling now.
So, B, you're a cosplayer too?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
What are you doing lately? What are you working on?
Well, I just got finished with Dragon Con.
Wow, I
I
wanted to
just
go.
came back from that.
I wanted to go so bad.
It's really.
How was Dragon Con?
What part?
It gets
It's-
like the whole city is just like it's bigger than South by Southwest. Is
Yeah,
what
just
I've
about.
heard.
Yeah, it's 400
Probably.
pallets or something like that.
It's five host hotels in basically like a 4-block radius, maybe less.
Oh wow.
And it's just packed with people in downtown Atlanta. I almost said Austin. Downtown Atlanta. Yes. But yeah, I've been going there for about 10 years now.
Wow, that's crazy. And I remember there was it was 2 years ago where I went, and I had a blast.
It's a lot of fun.
It was very overwhelming.
I saw a lot
Very
more.
overwhelming.
I did a lot more panels this time than.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Nice.
Did you see the Atreyu?
Yes.
What?
Actually, you posted about it.
Oh yes, I did. No, I didn't post about it. Every one of my friends posted about it too.
I actually saw-
I'm a huge Never Ending Story fan.
Yeah.
And the cosplayer who did that.
was dumb.
Never-ending
Give me a marker. Give me a
story.
marker. Give me. Pull me back.
Different.
Whatever. I obviously know what I'm talking about because I'm a genius.
Ooh.
For cosplayers at home and fans of the Never Ending Story, we apologize. On behalf of
sorry.
Contact Creations. This is not the message we want to send you.
I'm gonna carry pictures of that around, and whenever someone argues, I'm gonna show. But I designed this.
And for those of you who have never, millennials who have never watched Never Ending Story, watch Never Ending Story
And Dark Crystal.
and Dark Crystal, and then watch the series.
We saw a panel of Jim Henson.
No!
Jim Henson Creature
Oh my
Creature
gosh.
Shop.
Ah, that's awesome. I would love to see that. I think
It was really fun. It was good.
A couple years back for South by, we had Frank Oz on the show.
Ah.
Yes, we did.
he
He
was-
was.
Okay, I just
He
wanted-
was.
He was really cool.
He was
just
so
like,
sweet.
Hey, let me-
That's everything
And
I've ever heard. Yeah.
he made sure that he saw every single person that was working here before he went on air. Like
He's
he
a
would
good
not
dude.
go on air until he met every single one of us.
And even
Good
with
dude.
as much production as he's been around,
Yep.
on the way in, he stopped to look in the back room and say, "Hey, I want to see how it works."
Hey,
Like, what,
everyone,
do
take
you
one
not
moment.
know
Wait.
by now?
3, Chris. Ah! There we go. That was good. No, yeah, are you really? I knew you were.
Do it. Still didn't answer me though. What are you working on right now? Or if you're working on
Yes.
something.
What are
So
we
sorry.
working on?
Right now,
They're
actually,
working on drawing.
We're working on post-apocalyptic outfits right now.
correct. Yeah, for Dystopia Rising.
Cool.
They're the new system and everything, 3.0. There's a 3-year time skip, so it's
So it's like, you know, you play these characters for, I mean, over 7-8 years, and there's a new expansion in the game. So there's so with this expansion, they're doing a 3-year time skip. And a lot, so it's like, what did your character do that, you know, like a lot of people are posting their backstory and everything. It's a really neat little thing you get to do with a bunch of fellow LARPers and cosplayers.
Yeah, the Camp Bravo, that's going to be an interesting 3 years. Because there's always something going on.
Oh, entirely. And the storylines that take place are just fascinating. The directors and everything are just so helpful to the players, and it's just
they're fantastic.
Nice, they make a very safe and wonderful environment for us to play in. So with their outfits, it's let's just say it looks like I just came out of ashes burning and everything. I still like
your coat still smells.
It smells
gross.
It smells so gross. But
it smells bad.
Really perfect for the whole setting.
It will be.
And I'm really looking forward to yours.
Hold that down.
Especially Will's.
Will's is is probably one of my favorites I've seen so far. I will. But yeah, his is amazing. It's sparkly and it's
very yes, gambleish.
Yes.
Gambleish.
Gambleish?
Gamble.
Is that a
gamble from where that character's from? Gambleish.
Sure.
Gambling. Gambleish. I'm from Las Vegas. I can make that word. So yeah.
Are you making that word into like a verb?
Yeah.
All right. Now, currently what I'm working. It's funny. The reason I asked currently what I'm working on for cosplay specifically is a Pokemon magic show.
A Pokemon magic show. Can you explain to the audience, the viewers at home, what a Pokemon magic show is? Well, actually, I'm a little intrigued.
There is a character in the Pokemon universe called Melvin the Magic, and he is a kind of a failed magician. And he's got an assistant that doesn't really like him, and Misty ends up having to get this, becoming his assistant for a little bit, so she ends up in a sideshow magical Goldeen outfit, which is really cool.
Oh, wow.
And I've always wanted to be a magician, and I'm using cosplay to do so.
Nice.
So I'm building all the props and apparatuses for all my major illusions.
I love it.
From what's called the Assistant's Revenge, and I think a guillotine and a disappearing Arbok and a basket.
Push this back a little bit.
You know? It's just like a really fun time, and I'm having a lot of fun designing it all.
and that's what I really like about cosplay, is that it really inspires a lot of people to be very creative, use their imagination, you know, go beyond what the character you want to cosplay as and make it your own in your own different type of fashion. You can do say if there is Pokemon, you can dress up as Pokemon as a cyberpunk Pokemon, a post-apocalyptic Pokemon.
It's like at Dragon Con we saw the Disney princesses as cyborgs.
Disney princesses as cyborgs. That right there, I would definitely. Get us that content. I would definitely like to share that on.
Oh yeah, that'd be really cool.
And also, viewers at home, if you haven't checked us out, we're Combat Creations. We are through Kaiju Labs Media. Combat Creations is with 2 Ks, and you can find us at Facebook.com.
Next to each other, they're spread out.
Yes.
Kind of like that if there was a banner right below us that said,
yeah, just not the K's in the middle. Something like that. But no, you can go to facebook.com/Kaiju Labs Media, KAIJU LABS MEDIA, or you can always check out our show, Combat Creations, KOMBAT KREATIONS. So it's a lot of fun.
I could never remember all that. I'm glad it's stuck.
We got the Mary. We have the Mary
across the bottom of the screen.
We also have the Mary Sue Show. We got Brad's the Red Web. We just got done with an epic battle of Battle Geeks, which I thought was really cool. We had the 2 shows going against each other, Mary Sue Show, and we also had the Harley and Jill Show behind the curtain. Go ahead with some guest players. So it was really neat. And we had some returning old crew members. We had Tessa back and Alice back on the Mary Sue Show. So it was really neat to see some old faces come back into the studio and so forth. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Really
We've been.
Cool.
I just gotta say, I really like where we're going with this project, and this is. We're like what, about.
We're getting there.
We're almost out of time soon. You guys are,
Yeah,
but you've done so much work, and it's amazing what we got over here. So we just spent 30 minutes, but you know, thanks to you guys viewers at home, there's a lot of you that really made it possible for us to be on here for a full hour. And we just have to say thank you guys so much. So hit subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Twitch, our Twitter. You know, check out our helper bots on Twitter. Those little guys are roaming around here, so you really got to see what they're up to. But you know, like us on Facebook. Talk about us. You know, hashtag Kaiju Labs Media, hashtag Combat Creations, hashtag Mary Sue Game Show. It's a lot of fun. That's a lot to remember.
Not to remember.
This is what happens when you work in social media. So how are you guys doing over there so far?
We're plowing through them.
We're toiling away.
I can't get over this. Like,
I
this
know, right?
is just so...
It's almost like
It's very neat.
So the
This is
next
great.
show,
No.
our next show will be on October 15th.
Yes.
And so that's where we'll put the upper legs on and attach them so that they work together.
It's going to be very interesting watching that happen.
Our
Yeah.
plan is to use lengths of PVC that will go from leg to leg and flattened ends of the PVC and connected from one leg to the next. So as one moves, the other that it's connected to should mimic that movement. And that will be
that's the one thing we didn't want to do, but
I like it. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, no,
you know
the
what?
wood.
We'll put banding here, we'll put banding around there.
Yep,
All right,
if the
all
wood
right. Band it up.
splits, you can band it up.
Yay.
Yeah, why not?
it's almost like it's a bandit.
Combat Creations, we make mistakes, and then we use those mistakes and make it better.
We make mistakes and then we fix whatever Jeff just did.
You're the one who cracked the wood, sir.
It was listening to you. Yeah, so that'll be our next step, is to make the upper legs work together. That'll be on the 15th, and then just before Halloween, right at the end of the month, we'll be hopefully working on the lower legs and making them work together.
All right.
Go.
One day. Oh, that. You have to redrill that one.
Okay,
You get it a little bit.
we're good?
Yeah.
Went a little fast there. So, if somebody at home were doing this, we're following suit and doing this, I highly recommend taking a few minutes and making a jig for each thing that you're wanting to do.
Yep. A little bit square, a little bit more cleaner.
Yep.
But it's what's here and what we're doing works.
Right. Ooh, sorry about that.
It's all good.
Just bumped you.
It's been bumping me all this whole entire time. It doesn't matter. I can take it.
All right. We're down to a few minutes, but I think we can get at least one more out. And what we'll do between shows...
Missed. I missed. That's my fault.
Oh, here, let me... What we'll do between shows is put the rest of the sets together like the first set.
Yes.
Actually, put it in a little bit.
What's that?
Put it in a little bit. Go a little bit more. Right there. Make sure I get the right. There, go. There we go. Haha! Trick I picked up.
Nice.
If I already got a hole, I could just.
Oh, man. Well, we really do hope you guys really enjoyed
time
Combat
for one more.
Creations. We'll be back
We
on
should hold off.
October 15th. Next week is going to be Brad the Red Web, so we're going to be every other week for the rest of the season. We got an amazing project that's going on here. We really hope you guys all enjoyed this. Tune in. We'll be posting our stuff, more content on Facebook. We got some amazing contraptions here that we're really looking forward to see where this leads.
Also works if you have a giant puppet.
Yes.
A giant puppet.
Some really serious
But hey,
eyes.
if you viewers are cosplayers or otherwise and you want to be on the show, message us. We would love to have you come on board with us. So in the meantime, I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Beast.
I'm Chris.
I'm Joe.
Continue
Crafting!